Hello, and welcome to Return at Home with me. Uh, what am I going to do today? Well, we'll see in a wee minute. I have managed to get Doug from
Hello.
Richmond around. He's in the background. I'll just bring him in. There he
I think I'm
is.
in.
Yeah, you are. Uh, so, Brad might join us at some stage today, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll put Doug in the background and he can tell me who's in. Uh, for a start, Uh, I'm not feeling the best today. I think I've got the cold coming on. My throat's sore and stuff. You can probably hear it in my voice. So today we have a bit of a mixture on the lathe. I'll just turn that over. With two pieces of cherry with a bit of ice in between it. So we've done a wee glue up and I've cut rectangles to this outside. Uh, they were roughly cutting, so they're not all the same size. So we'll just work with it and see what we get out of it. So while I'm doing sorting this out, Doug can tell me who's in and so on.
All right, let's check out who's here today. We got Alex, the wood butcher. Glad to have you with us today, Alex. Chris Dodds. Good day, Chris. Glad to have you. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Hey, Todd. And let's see, we said Chris already. Do skipping on down the line here. Terry. There it is. Terry Bartlett is in. Malcolm Douglas. Hello, Malcolm. Vinny Carlton is in. Malcolm Douglas is in. And I'm at the bottom of the list. Good morning, every one of you, or good day, good
Good
evening, whatever
afternoon.
it might be.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome along. I appreciate you coming in and at this late hour or early hour, wherever you may be. So I'm just going to round the bottom off this over and put a tannin on this. So we'll get her up to speed. I don't know what this is going to be like because it's a glue up. So we'll just cautiously back the speed off a wee bit. Make sure it's behaving itself. Have this in between centers uh, to start.
Michael Azzaparati is in. He joined us, and Mike Evans has joined us as well. Good to have you guys with us this morning, today. If I just say today, that'll catch everybody, I think. Morning where I am, but it's afternoon where most of you guys are. Or in Chris's case, it's late at night.
Oh, this camera's playing up again today. Come on, stay at it. There we are.
And you said that was what woods did you say again? I'm sorry.
What's that?
What wood did you say you had?
Uh, Cherry and ice.
Cherry and ash. Okay.
Oh, now thinking of that, Doug, it could be mahogany. I think it's cherry, but
I was thinking it looks a little dark, but that's okay. It might be cherry seal. Raymond Wise is in. Hello, Raymond.
just
Ah, Twisted Pete of the Trees just popped in. Hello, Pete.
hi, Pete.
Good morning to you, sir.
So we're going to make a sort of a wee bowl out of this. It's a piece I had sitting over on the shelf there for quite a while, glued up. I was going to do something else with it, and then it didn't get right into doing it. So I just lifted it this morning, and yeah, we'll give this a go.
That'll always work. Douglas Mungum just came in. Hello, Douglas.
Hey, Douglas.
I've been doing a good bit of just trying to use up some of the wood that I've got. I'm wood poor right now. I've got it every nook and corner throughout this shop, and then I've got a major pile of wood outside. Keep thinking I need to take a day, straighten up, clean up, and then get some of that wood that's outside, get it in here, get it ready to turn. Same with some of the wood that's inside. I need to cut it, and get it ready to turn. It may take me, I think what's bothering me, what keeps me from doing it, is I know it'll take more than a day to do it.
Just stop and have a wee look to see where we are. We flat there. I'm just hoping the glue glued up well. Sometimes you don't know until you start turning and you see the gaps. I think that's okay. I think I'll put a bit of shape onto the bottom of this.
Pete Pete has said, get it done. 3 days of prep will keep you in good turning blanks for 3 months. Pete, you are exactly right. It's incredible how your prep work can save you some time. Was cutting some of my limb wood for Christmas trees the other day, and there were a couple of crotch pieces there that I thought these will make some really neat little tiny bowls, and it's shaping up real nice, Paul.
Yeah, I think I'll take a wee bit more out of the bottom bit here to give it a sort of an Uchi effect.
Okay. But in just, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, I was able to cut up 5 or 6 really nice. They're small. They're small little blanks, but they're going to be nice, nice bowls when I turn them, and they're ready to go. So I think one thing that stops me from cutting up my blanks is that kind of limits me. Once I cut a log up, it kind of determines what it's going to be and the size it's going to be. I can't do that last minute decision stuff. But you're exactly right. Exactly right, Pete. And it's kind of fun to get those, have them done and sitting over on the shelf ready to go. Certainly looks like it's cutting nicely.
Yeah, it's cutting quite nice because there's a lot of grain on this with the being the end of a piece of plank.
Andy, the Valley Wood Turner, just joined us. Hello, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
He can't chat, but he is listening in. So, Andy, we're glad to have you today.
All right. Okay. See if I can fix this up a wee bit. Let's wee bit. I think that's what the shape I'm going to go with. I just tidy this end up, and then we'll put a tenon on that. We'll sand it up.
Okay. Pete's saying he processes his wood into rectangles, usually about 2.5 times the length to the width. So then he can decide later if he's going to make 2 bowls or some number of spindles or whatever. That's a good way of doing it, Pete, on those big logs like that.
Almost there. Just got to use the screw to tidy the bottom of that. The angle of the skew just give me that wee bit of dovetail on the bottom. So that should be more than enough there to grab it. I'll just check it before we sand it. Yeah, that's doesn't look too bad. Where the joints are, sometimes when you glue stuff, you're hoping that it just closes and it holds.
Can you tell better what your darker wood is? Is it cedar or is it mahogany?
I think it's mahogany.
Okay.
It smells like mahogany.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
I don't know why I thought it was cherry, because I have a piece of cherry sitting over there, and I thought, see, it was quite a while ago when I glued that up, and I don't exactly know what it was at the time. I'm near sure it was a piece of mahogany.
Yeah.
Came in, a friend of mine gave me. Right, I'll give us the wee sand and get it. Then we can get it turned around. So we'll get the noisy machine on.
That color, I'm not surprised it's mahogany. Or it could have been sapele, I guess. Rex has joined us. Hello, Rex.
Hi, Rex.
Good to see you up and about.
Oh, dear.
Rex, hope you've gotten some rest and doing a bit of recovery since you've gotten home. Oh, excuse me. I cannot quit yawning this morning. Can't wake up. Douglas has asked, could it be sapele? Yeah, it's possible. Mahogany and sapele are so closely related, and often very, very similar in color. So, yeah, it could be either one.
Mhm.
Sorry to hear you may have to go back here, Rex. Understand, and we'll continue to keep. We're going to continue keeping you in our prayer, and hope everything works out for you.
Oh, dear.
Hmm. Rex, I'm sorry to hear that. That might not be. I've had that happen before, where you bend over and get an instant headache. Yeah, that can happen. Maybe something minor, or it could be a sign of something more serious coming up. But yeah, let your doctor check you out good and make sure that's not anything to worry about, or fix it if it is. Douglas says he just falls over. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way these days. You keep having birthdays, and that happens more and more. The worst part about falling over is it's hard to get up.
Oh, dear. Stay on the drill.
I've got a couple pads I need to replace the hook on. Rex and others who have come in more recently, Paul's going to work on a bowl here. This is a glue up. Um, we think it's mahogany and ash. Um, getting the outside of it done right now, but it'll be a bowl. That grain on that ash is interesting on the overhead camera. Douglas thinking about putting a rubber ring around his middle so he bounces back up. If it only worked that way. Yes, Chris, someone does keep lowering the floor. It's bend over to pick something up anymore and grunt and groan. Sounds like who'd have thunk it.
That's better.
Pete has just said that with Amazon so efficient these days, when he drops something, uh, he has to consider if he wants to bend down and pick it up or just order a new one. Oh, me. I understand. I was wondering the same thing, Rex. Paul, is it possible that as you're sanding, some of that ash is picking up some of the sawdust or the sanding dust from the mahogany? On that one side, it's awful dark, or it looks that way on the camera anyway. Right there on the very top. That grain looks pretty dark from here. Okay. Norman Greenwell has just joined us. Hello, Norman.
Hi, Norman. Good afternoon. Oh, grab a sand sealer on that and see what it's like. Always looks
Todd.
better when you get some sort of a finish on it.
Oh, it does. Always does. Todd has asked if anybody's heard from Wee Val lately. Yes, she responded to something I put up on social media somewhere, and she has been ill. And well, she was really busy at one time, and then she's gotten ill. Said she's getting better, and she should be back on um, as far as the chats and whatnot pretty soon. Told her we missed her, and she was happy to hear that. So,
Yeah. Oh, hope she's okay.
I think so. I think so.
Very tasty Yorkshire grit.
With Pete ordering from Amazon instead of picking things up, Douglas said he'll be around to clear up. Is that to clean up, Douglas, or is that just to sift through his shavings and sawdust?
Have a go and look in the bin to see what he's doing out.
Exactly. Under the lathe, of course, it stays piled up, especially when I'm turning production stuff.
I mistakenly threw a set of calibers out there.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah, it fell into the shavings and it didn't pick it up straight away. That's what happens.
Right.
We don't pick that up.
Now, down on the other end of my shop, where I've got my bandsaw and all my mechanic type tools, screwdrivers, wrenches, all that stuff in a box. I was down there trying to get the point out of a step center, and when I let the screw loose, I tapped it. I tapped the step center, and it all shot out. Yeah, and I have the spring and the set screw. I lost the point, and I'm afraid it went into a box of pieces and parts for that shopsmith. So I've got to. I haven't found it yet. Douglas
Get
said,
a big magnet.
That's a good question, Paul. What do you do with your shavings?
I give them to my son. He uses them. He's got a rabbit. His kids have a pet rabbit, and he uses them for bedding and stuff for the rabbit.
All right.
but the surplus ones go to the bin, and the
Okay.
council come and take them away.
Very good. Very good. That's seems to be an age-old question. What do you do with all of it? Professor's in. Hello, Rob. How are you today?
Hey, Rob.
I was putting mine out into a big pile, just letting them compost just outside the door here. And my wife digs through it every once in a while, gets some of the stuff out of the bottom and uses it around some of her plants. I've started putting it around. I've got a propane tank right outside the door here, and I've been putting them around the base of that. Seems like there's a section that it has kind of worked its way down every time I'm ready to put some more out there.
Just a wee taste of my crystalline wax and finish that off.
So what's it taste like?
So we'll stop that, turn that round, give it a chance to harden, and then we can get it minted in the chuck.
Wow. Is that grain that we can see there in the face of that what might be mahogany?
This?
Yeah. Is that some grain, or is that just okay, it's cut lines and whatnot that I was seeing?
Yeah. Right. Chuck. Oh dear.
Yeah, Todd said he had the same thing. Actually, his point was missing. Yeah, mine was stuck. It had been gotten pushed in and was stuck. Probably some sawdust or something down in there. But it sure did shoot out. And I know the area, but I did not see it hit the ground. And I heard it. I heard it when it landed. So I think it's in a box of junk. I've got to go through the box.
Yeah, you automatically think it's sitting on top of it, but it'd be surprising how far it goes down into the shavings.
Oh, yeah. Something like that goes straight to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, whether it's in shavings or it's in a box or amongst a pile, whatever.
Give us a
Straight
wee
to the bottom.
buff up.
Looking good from here. Alex says his shavings go into a homemade wood burner to heat his shop. I think Wayne does the same thing. And I don't think he should. I don't think he sweeps them up. I think he just scoops them off the floor. Of course, that's kind of what I did. I let mine get so deep that I just scoop them for the most part. Just shave or sweep at the very end. Todd says he doesn't need heat. He just had the second hottest September on record, apparently. Yes. No. Parts of the U.S. have had extreme heat this year. It has not been too bad here in Kentucky this year. We've had some hot days, but nothing. I'm not sure we hit 100 any this year. We usually have a few 100-degree days.
Right. And just use the wall guides to take the center out of this, and we'll see how it goes. Quite hard that.
Oh my. Pete lost the cutter on his hollowing tool. Searched for it for a week and didn't find it, but he bought a new one. As soon as he was putting it on, he spotted the other one, the length of the workshop. It was sitting in plain sight, but he never saw it until he replaced the old one or replaced it with a new one. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Drives me nuts.
Just to cut off the face of this.
Wow, average 104 for Todd in August. That's pretty impressive. But it has a cold front and some rain coming in Wednesday. That sounds good. We've had a couple of cold fronts come through here. And being how this is October 2nd, it's time. We usually have cooled off pretty well by now. We got some 60-degree highs coming in. It's in the long range forecast. We'll see if it actually happens, but that wouldn't be so bad. Rex, I was thinking the same thing, and I'll ask him here in just a minute. Paul, is there a difference in the cutting when you go from the mahogany to the ash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There is. Even though it's all base grain, it's all because it's laid flat and glued together.
Sure.
It's quite hard still. That mahogany, it's fighting me. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Right. Oh.
That bevel thing will get you, won't it?
Get around a wee bit more there. Just stop out again. Just check our side wall. Make sure we're good. Because of the shape of the outside, remember? Or you'll find out soon enough going through the side. It's not nice when that happens.
Strange things happen when you go through the side or through the bottom, don't it? Todd, send me a message on Messenger, and we'll get phone numbers exchanged, and maybe I can meet you somewhere. We'll get something to drink and just say hi for a few minutes. A couple of things going on throughout the weekend that I want to do, but yeah, I'd be glad to meet you, and that'd be great.
Right. Just better watch here. Getting close to the edge. Maybe take a couple of wee cuts with a rhino scraper down that side to tidy that up before going any further. Just raise the tool rest. Just to tidy that wee bit up here.
Rex has just put in a reminder about thumbs up. I'm showing 21 watching and 8 thumbs up. So, folks, go in and throw a thumbs up. A lot of times folks say, I'd rather wait to the end and do it. And I understand that, except for one issue. If you're anything like me, you forget to do it on your way out. I usually do it on my way in just so I make sure I don't forget, because I'm going to give them a thumbs up anyway. Don't even have to knock your video out to do it. Just close your chat, and you can hit your thumbs up and come right back in. You'll be right where you were. No problem.
Seems right. I think I'll leave it at that. It's about 1/4 inch thick. Same as that. probably
Rex.
take a wee bit more here. Just maybe a wee bit. Sometimes when you say a wee bit, it ends up a lot.
Rex has asked how you sharpen your scraper, Paul. Do you use a jig or just something else?
No, I put it. I set the Pro Edge to its 45, and just put it flat on the bed and
Gotcha.
just round it over.
There you go.
Just shape it,
I do the same thing.
and it gives me a nice sharp edge.
Thank you, Pete. Appreciate you doing that. So 9 thumbs.
Right. I can just see the bottom timber coming through in the bottom
Robert Boltwood and William Kenny have joined us. Hello, guys. Glad you guys are with us today.
Welcome along, guys. Did you hit your 1,000 subs yet, Doug?
No.
No.
I'm just a hair shy.
Oh dear.
Let's see. Tell you here in just half a second. Yeah, I'm still 8 shy. I was 7 shy Saturday night, and YouTube decided to take somebody off. They do that periodically. I should be getting close to some of those early subs that never watch. They should all be gone, or pretty close to all of them be gone by now. So at least that's what I think it is.
Boy, that's hard. I think that's where I want to be with it. Thickness on the side walls. Just need to clean that up there on the side, just here. And take that wee nibbly bit off the bottom. I think that would. Put this R light on to see if I can see in there. That's a bit better. Well,
Alex, you're exactly right. Have to get all the family members to subscribe, and I think those are some of the ones that have been dropping off. They subbed on, but they don't watch. So YouTube, I think, is taking them off. I've got a brother-in-law that watches pretty regular, so he'll stick around, I'm sure.
just going to run this gouge or the thing through the sharpener. Let's put a nice fresh edge on that scraper. Could do a wee bit higher. Yep.
Nice.
That feels nice. think the shavings are affecting my sore throat.
Could be.
Oh, it's
If
rough
that's
now. Actually, I
if
thought
that's
yesterday that I, you can take an allergic regression to some of the woods. I was turning a bit of a U, and the dust, I think, got to me. And I thought I was starting this allergy off, runny nose, sore throat.
and if that is sapele instead of mahogany, that could also be getting you, Paul. I've heard a lot of people say that the dust from sapele really bothers them.
Yeah. Just where they used to meet at the bottom. Here's just a wee lump.
Mm.
Just there.
Todd says he tends to watch the videos at 1.75 or 2 times the speed just to get through all the subscriptions. That's about all I watch, Todd, and so I watch them at regular speed. I've got one guy, he puts out long videos, and I don't tend to watch his at all. He'll do a live that goes 3.5, 4 hours. I don't watch his. I may watch the first 15, 20 minutes and then skip to the end to see how it turns out. But it's usually a long commercial. And so I may even unsubscribe to his. Paul, Pete is trying to be a good Samaritan for you right now. He says once you start reacting to you, you should stop turning it. Just send
Yep.
it all to him, and he'll save you from it. He'll save you from it. I understand. Or you could send it to me since we can't get it at all. Not without a big price, anyway.
Still can't get that wee bit on the bottom.
Then Douglas says, Pete, make sure you drop some so I can clear it up. Oh my, I think we may have started something here. Volunteering to clean up. Okay.
I think that's okay. We'll leave it at that. Just clean the top of this up. Just putting a slight bevel towards the inside. I think it looks better, when you're looking at the bowl. It's sort of inviting you into it. Excuse me while I get a drink. My throat's killing me. Oh dear. Right. We'll get this sanded up. Right.
Pete just finished up his piece from last night's live, and he's got to clean up, get ready for tonight's live. Pete, you messed up. Heard somebody one time say, somebody messed my calendar up. I got too many meetings on it. And everybody looked at him and said, and who do you think takes care of your calendar? And he just kind of said, well, I guess I do. Oh, that might have been me. Okay, that was me, I guess. It's so easy to double book yourself. Pete really got to the core of the problem yesterday. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm still of the opinion more people would core if they could bring the prices of those coring systems down a bit. Every one of them have gotten so expensive anymore. Tore the pad off, did you? That's what I'm saying, Alex. The prices are just they're pretty steep for those systems. Um, and the point was made last night. If you do any amount of coring, if you sell your pieces, any amount of coring that you do, it doesn't take too awfully long to recoup the cost of your coring system. Um, let's say for the sake of argument, it's $500. They're not most of them are not that much. It doesn't take many bowls to make $500 worth. Even if you say you're selling those cores, the smallest core for $25, 4 would be 100 times 5 for 500. So 20 bowls that you sell for $25 each would make up your cost of a $500 coring system. But you have that initial outlay, and so I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I'm just thinking about, it's easier to make your initial outlay back with a coring system than say, the little wedge sled that I saw the other day, for making segments for segmented turning. Really handy piece. A lot of safety built into it. I looked it up, and the thing was $350, and I'm not, 2 or 3 pieces, and I will have made that money back without any problem. 2 pieces probably, but it's I just can't do that kind of an outlay. Same thing on that inside, Paul. As soon as you put some sanding sealer on it, it really brings that color out.
And I quite like the two effects, the different timbers. And I think it looks good on the inside better.
Yeah, Malcolm, that's a great way of getting those coring systems. Find a turner who tried it, didn't like it, they just want to get rid of it. half price is a good price to get it at, especially if it's not been used a whole lot. I saw a McNaughton system being sold one time really cheap, and I looked at his cutters. He had a picture of his blades on there, and they were pretty well worn out. A couple of them needed to be replaced.
Just a wee taste of York. We'll finish the inside of this.
Looks good already.
Just remove the excess now. You can see it coming off. Right, we taste the wax. What side will that go down to? I'm just looking to see if I can turn this down without changing the buttons on the coal jar. Woohoo! For once, it's sitting at the right size. We will just buff that up.
Will those buttons hold on the outside, or will you need to put them on the inside?
I think it's going to hold on the outside. It should be okay. Bring a tailstock up and take most of the tannin off, and then we'll have to change it down a couple of sizes to get it. We'll see when I finish this here. Okay. Yeah. Chucky. Where's the Chucky? Oh. Just bring in your center hole Just tighten that up a wee bit. I'll just apply a wee bit of pressure to that. Not a lot. Just enough to hold it. Check my speed. Right.
Robert has asked the question, do you find that Sapele sometimes has dull patches no matter how much sanding sealer you apply?
I don't know. Really, I use a lot of Sapele. This is by chance I was given this piece. But the fact that it's so dusty and hard, that's one of the reasons why I don't use it. But I've never really noticed it, to be honest.
I have found a piece or two of wood, not any particular species, but just individual pieces of wood sometimes will have an odd spot. Usually I can get through that though. Adding 2 or 3 layers of sanding sealer, and it still doesn't act like it wants to seal up. Sometimes come back and sand it with a very fine sandpaper, and then add more sanding sealer. I can usually get past that. I don't know.
Don't know if it's going to hold or not.
Brian Best has just joined us. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Daughter had his daughter had a tumble dryer demise, so he's been helping her with that. Had to read it 3 times. It wouldn't sink into my head what you were saying. We're glad you're with us, Brian. Paul's working on an ash, and we think
I think it's mahogany Sapele. Could be a bit of Sapele as well. I'm just putting this bit of tape on it just to let me get the rest of that wee nub off. This will probably just hold it enough to allow just where the button jaws are. It's not a great hold, but we're not going too fast, and we're not.
Did you consult Mike Walt on this tape?
Right. We'll see if that allows us to take that off. It's a bit high. So you're doing things, I guess. So you want to put all your pressure towards the center of the bowl. That way it'll help keep it on. Okay, that's ready for sounding. It's a wee bit rough there. See if I can tidy that up. Don't want to push it too much. I'll just use paper to see if I can tidy that up.
Todd says one little tape incident on a live, and Mike will never live it down. Todd, it wasn't just one; he did it several times. Well, he had one that was just a total disaster. And I'm not so sure now he doesn't do it every once in a while just to keep it going. Mike kind of works like that. But it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And the international colorist thing is, he started that himself, I do believe. I think that's one reason most of us enjoy watching Mike so much. He can poke fun at himself and has a great time with it. Douglas asked the question if he thought, he was asking if Pete thought that Walt Disney would fund his shop, and Pete said, "Oh, you can always ask." Douglas has come back and said, "Pete, can you give me a reference?" Oh, I would love to have a benefactor, just to keep the supplies coming. I'm grateful for the two folks that I have, and they help me out tremendously. But if I had just a true benefactor, it would be great.
Then you're sort of committed to producing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a reason to get in the shop.
I have my first craft fair on Saturday coming.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm hoping the weather's kind this year.
Right.
It wasn't great the last time we were there.
I'm going to do my very first one the end of this month. Lady called me and said, "I want you in my festival, my craft festival." She's done it for 10 or 15 years now. And
well, at least that's good.
Yeah, she requested me to be in it, so I agreed to do it. It's not going to cost me anything. I thought, oh, I'm going to have to get set up for credit cards, but she doesn't have Wi-Fi out there, so no credit cards. It's all cash or check.
I've got SumUp. You not be able to use that with your mobile phone?
That would help, except that if you're not on Wi-Fi, it would take an awful long time for each transaction.
My phone works all right when I'm out and about.
Yeah.
With my SumUp card, never had any problems. So there you are, guys. A nice wee Sapele and ice bowl.
That's great.
A couple of pieces of timber I had sitting, not knowing what to do with them, and so we glued them together, and a nice wee bowl.
The grain on that mahogany is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Love
you can see it shimmer there. You can just see it. I don't know if you can pick it on the camera, but you can see it shimmering there.
Sure, yeah.
Just there's a wee bit of stuff there. But anyway, we'll bring you back in, Doug, before we go. There we are, guys. I hope you enjoyed that wee demonstration. Just a simple wee bowl with a couple of pieces of wood and glue together. 2 different contrasting woods. Nothing overly complicated about it. Just a nice flowing shape to it, and yeah, I quite like that.
Looks great.
So there we are. I'm going to go to the pharmacy here to get some for my sore throat and my runny nose. I am. I'm not joking. Yeah, I was contemplating cancelling my live this afternoon when I get up this morning. Here's me. No, I told you on. Man flu doesn't affect me. Just get on with it. So, guys, thank you very much for coming in and enjoying me in my shed. As always, if you like, thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. And it'll help me out a lot. And we look forward to seeing you next Monday. And
All
Doug's
right.
on tomorrow night, aren't you?
I am on tomorrow night. The link is already up.
And I
Or
think
the
Pete is
posting is
doing
up.
a live tonight as well.
Yes, yes, that's the plan.
Also, it's a C60 club night too, club meeting. So anyway, say cheerio, and Douglas say cheerio, and we'll see you again soon.
All right. Bye, guys.
Cheerio, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.